Did you always have in the back of your mind that you would eventually start your own company?
Not really. My dad was an entrepreneur. I think the way it went down was I started realizing that the speech impediment I had when I was a kid that prevented me from, being a good communicator. And the benefit of McKinsey, which apart from the strategy work, is communicating ideas well. In my kind of journey, RJ, I started to realize many people could benefit from the power of great business communication, and many people's careers are not blossoming fully because they don't have that power. So I kind of felt the problem myself, and I just found there was no scalable solution for it. Even when I went to Cisco, it became even more clear that I had over 1,000 people in my team at Cisco, and really, really brilliant, hardworking people, RJ, but they were not realizing their full potential because they couldn't communicate their ideas well. So it just happened organically by seeing the problem myself and realizing how many people can be helped.
So help us understand now Present and everything it offers. I mean, it's this AI tool that makes creating business presentations a lot easier, saving folks a tremendous amount of time. As I understand it, there was another company that you acquired, but you were effectively running that other company as well, Presentium. So maybe explain that for the benefit of our audience.
Yeah, it's been a very deliberate journey. So after McKinsey and while I was starting Cisco, the problem I fell in love with, RJ, was why is business communication so inefficient and ineffective in the enterprise? So presentations is just one form of communication, but that's the problem I kind of wanted to solve. And my wife and I, we both met at Wharton. We were both communication fellows. And she also was at McKinsey. So both of us kind of thought about this problem, she in the life sciences industry, me in the tech industry. And we said, look, one of us should go and find out if this is a painkiller or a vitamin, right? Because you want to start a company that's solving a real problem people are willing to pay for. And we had 2 kids and a mortgage, RJ. So we were like, look, both of us cannot quit to start to test this hypothesis out. So one of us should leave. So I started, both of us together started Presentium. I took on Cisco role, and Deepti, my wife, much, much better half, she started Presentium. And the idea behind that was build a tech-enabled service business where people can send their presentations by 5:30 in the evening. And next day morning, you would get a polished presentation in your inbox. And the idea was, let's test the market. Let's see if people are willing to pay for it. And can we actually do it? And also learn some secrets. And if it works, then we can build the software version, which can scale even more. So that's kind of what happened. So Deepti started in 2017, 16, 17. 17, it really started going. My daughter was 6 months old. So Deepti is a super woman for being a mom and starting Presentium. And in the first 4 years, RJ, she scaled it to over 30, 40 life sciences clients in Fortune 2000 companies, and completely bootstrap business, profitable, growing very nicely. And it just became clear that customers started asking, I want a self-service platform as well, not just the service. So senior people could use the service, but for the junior folks, they want a self-service platform. And I was in Cisco then, senior vice president. COVID hit, and she was like, can you come and help me build the self-serve part out? And we always had this idea that we'll do it together, because we worked together at Wharton as well. So we've been always, husband and wife working together is a high beta move, but we've been doing it for a while. So I quit and I started Present AI. We started as a separate company, RJ, because it's a very different capital profile, right? You need to raise money. Machine learning engineers are expensive. It takes a while to get profitable. So that was the journey. So we started running as go-to-market partner. So we put the first $1 million in, we raised some more money. We started running as go-to-market partners for 4 years. And now with the advent of AI going mainstream, we are realizing that in the enterprise, you need to be AI powered, but human centered. So you need human in the loop as well. So we just realized it makes sense to put both the companies together so we can give our customers AI when they need it, and human experts with deep domain expertise when they need it. So that's why we raised some money and acquired Presentium.
So for the large majority of people who are accustomed to PowerPoint, they could easily work within your system.
Very easily. So we are not trying to replace PowerPoint. I think no one can replace PowerPoint. We are that intelligent communication layer on top of PowerPoint or Google Slides. So we are trying to replace the agency and consultancy industry we're not trying to build another PowerPoint tool because I've been a consultant and I know that it's a crazy amount of money that people pay. And I would say 60% of the value of a consultant is actually the packaging of the information, right? So there are some strategy projects, of course, which are important, but the customer knows the answer. And as a consultant, there are many projects you do where they appreciate how you package that. And that's the part of the market we're going after. So it's a $20+ billion market. And we're trying to replace all those use cases that consultants do. So we're not trying to build a presentation tool. We're trying to go after that market, which is why we have a human plus AI approach.
So when you say you're going after that market, right now, the way it's positioned is that it's this communication tool that any business can use for internal or external purposes. But then you're also saying that you want to have like a type of consultancy as well that can help businesses understand, analyze, and then come up with solutions to certain problems.
Yes. So one way to think about it is, let's say if there's two dynamics here, right? So for the audience, one is when you're creating a new category, we are creating a new category called business communication AI. If you talk about that category, no one's going to find you on Perplexity, ChatGPT. So we have to play the game of what the current category is, which is AI-powered presentations. But then we have to start building that. So imagine if, Mr. McKinsey or Zia, someone was starting a consultancy today.
Mm-hmm.
It would be AI native. It would have AI at the core. It would have software around it, and it would have people around that. So that's what we are doing. We have Astrid, our AI at the core, which is we've built it for life sciences and technology industry. So it's specialized for that industry. It knows all the lingo. So when you say Kaplan-Meier curve, we know what you're talking about, right? And around that, we have the software where you have different ways to create present. So we have looked at all the pain points these two industries have and try to solve it. And around that, we have the people. So you can eat it like a slice of pizza. So you can take a slice that you get the AI, you get the software, and you get the humans, because we are trying to customers don't want slides, RJ, they want outcomes.
Right.
They want business outcomes, right? And to get to business outcomes, you have to re-engineer their workflows. And you cannot do that just by throwing a tool at them. And you know that after a month of usage, the industry average is usage drops to 19%, 19, at the end of a month. So it's because it's not in the workflows, people are not trained. So we are realizing that we want to get our customers to the outcome, which could be for a success team, higher renewal rates. For a clinical trial team, it can be faster time to market. So we work with them to get that outcome. We happen to do it with AI and software first, and then experts supporting them.
So if 60% of the consultant's value is in the packaging and the presentation, the 40% is in the actual idea or ideas, where are you going to get the ideas to advise the client? Do you have a network of kind of experts in tech and life sciences?
Yeah, so I think that, like you said, the 60% I think can be done with design and visualization. I think we are chipping away at that 40% as well. Because if you think about, we had a customer who was converting a medical publication to a presentation, right? And they had like 3 or 4 publications. So right now they would go and analyze that data and try and come up with the storyline. But that analysis now can be done with an intelligent AI that knows life sciences. So now we are doing parts of that. I don't think we can come up with, M&A strategy now. That's still kind of far off. But a lot of the basic analysis that a consultant does or a project manager does, you throw the data into Present. We have a thing called the workspace. You throw your data in the workspace, or you tell us where your data is in the org, like a Google Drive or Viva or wherever it is, and then we'll do the analysis for you. So I think we have got the 60% down. We're chipping away at that 40%, and we'll see where it goes. And we have people who have very deep know-how in the industry. So we realize that you cannot, like for example, at McKinsey, you cannot get a partner who does biopharma to do manufacturing or the manufacturing guy to do finance. So our go-to-market team and presentation engineers have deep domain expertise in life sciences and tech. So we have people who've been vice presidents in Novartis or who have PhDs in biochemistry, and they work with the AI to make the AI smarter.
Can you give us a sense for the scale of the business currently?
Yeah, we are in the scale-up phase. So we are more than doubling every year. and hopefully be at 100 million ARR in soon.
Excellent. You've got some great investors. Greycroft is part of your cohort of investors. Can you tell us a little bit about the value that they brought to the table aside from financial capital?
Yeah, I think it's very important to pick the right investor because, like you said, right, capital is available if your company is doing well and you have a good idea. I think one thing is building a company is a very difficult journey, and you need someone who you can call up, and Mark's the partner, and we also have great investors in Emergent, True Global Ventures, Westwave. And whenever I'm like, hey, I'm not sure, or I'm going through a tough time, I can pick up the phone and say, Mark or Anupam or Frank, here's what I'm thinking. So they are a part advisor, a part cheerleader kind of for you. So that's kind of one thing. So you can keep going on the journey of building an amazing business. That's one. Second is also, I think, in recruiting, right? The grade helps. I've had many times where there's a candidate we want someone to vet. They can sell your company for you, but they can also vet the candidates. Most of these VC firms that are great, like Greycroft, they have functional experts. So they have a GTM expert or a finance expert. Now we are doing a lot of M&A. They have someone who's worked at Fidelity late stage. So I would have my CFO or myself, I would call them and say, I'm hiring this person. What should be the comp band for this person? Or what question should I ask? So they are partners along the journey. And of course, another benefit is when you do the next round of fundraising, they are the people who know how to, who are the people to connect to and how to tell that story.